What's up, Internet? Last week, we rode Aquaman the Gyarados all the way through Pokemon Green, and it felt like this week we were going to have an easy ride through Pokemon Blue, because despite the fact that this was our first attempt at hardcore Nuzlocking Pokemon Blue, it was kind of our sixth attempt at Kanto, because this is the NerdyLocke. This is my personal challenge to hardcore Nuzlocke all 35 Pokemon games in release order. We took 2 attempts on Red, 3 attempts on Green, and I was really hoping to get through Pokemon Blue in just 1. The basic Nuzlocke rules are that you can only catch the first encounter in each named area. We have a dupes clause, meaning only 1 encounter can be acquired from each evolution line. Every Pokemon must be nicknamed, and if a Pokemon faints, it is dead for good. The typical hardcore Nuzlocke rules are that we can't overlevel the next gym leader's best Pokemon, we must play on set mode, and there are no items or legendaries allowed in battle. The NerdyLocke rule is that previous Hall of Fame Pokemon cannot be used in future Elite Four battles, meaning these 12 Pokemon are banned from our Pokemon Red and Pokemon Green runs. As always, my name is Nerdy, my rival is Chat, and we chose Squirtle as the final starter of Gen 1. Her name is Robin Scherbatsky. Can you figure out the naming scheme for this one? Chat wanted to fight, and I was happy to oblige. Normally these fights are kind of nothing, but Chat growled 6 straight times to start before using Tackle, and then 3 more times after that, even though -6 is as far as you can go. This fight took a full minute and a half, but we got the W in the end. Oak sent us out into the world to catch Mons, so we got to it. Caught Phoebe, the Pidgey, on Route 1, Jonah, the Caterpie, on Route 2, and went straight into Viridian Forest for a Weedle.
What? It's Ted Mosby! Blessed Run! It is the Blessed Run! Oh my gosh! What is this, like a 5% chance?
We got a couple tackles off, but Thundershock was a clear 2-shot. Phoebe and Jonah weren't strong enough to switch in, so it all came down to this Pokeball.
Cross your fingers, your toes, and your vulva, ladies. No! Growl, 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 no!
This was by far our earliest starter loss. At this point, it was catch the Pikachu or wipe.
All right, Pikachu was caught. All right.
Disappointed! We named him Barney. Brock was looking a little harder without Squirtle, so we went for our Route 22 encounter, but Pikachu one-shot it. I got distracted and accidentally ran into the Chat fight. Pikachu was able to take down the Pidgey easily, but Bulbasaur was a problem. Pikachu paralyzed it and then growled it to -6 attack. I switched to my level 8 Metapod, who was immediately leech seeded, and then used Tackle 15 times before switching to Pidgey for another ridiculous win. We trained up Butterfree for Brock and deployed the strategy I wanted to use back in Pokemon Red. Confusion does real decent damage here, and neither of Brock's Pokemon knows a rock move in Gen 1 badge down. We caught Ross, Kimmy, and Chandler in 3 Mount Moon and Route 4 respectively. At this point, I'm sure you've guessed that these are all sitcom characters, but can you name the sitcoms these are all from? I'll see you in the comments. I decided to fight Misty before Chat because we had Pikachu, and didn't really train the whole team since I figured Barney had this in the bag. He one-shot Staryu, but only dented Starmie with a Thundershock. But we did get a paralysis. The next Thundershock did not get into kill range, so we had to switch, because Starmie had an easy 2-shot on us. Butterfree couldn't do anything to help, so I switched again to Pidgey, who was killed immediately by a crit Bubble Beam. Ross went out and was fast enough to get a crit Peck in before Bubble Beam crit again, and he was gone. With all my burbs decimated, I figured the Peck gave Barney what he needed to finish it off with a quick attack.
Please kill it. Please kill it. No! Thank God!
2 badges down. That was crazy. Chat was waiting, and I had the perfect Pidgeotto counter, but Thundershock didn't do enough. and he got a couple quick attacks in. Abra has no useful moves in this fight, so we got the free switch to Jonah, and we were able to Sleep Powder tackle our way to victory. After Gen 6, grass types are immune to Sleep Powder, but this is Gen 1, where basically anything goes. Up north, we got Newman the Bellsprout, and managed to put this Abra to sleep, but I didn't bring enough balls. I caught Jess the Meowth on Route 5, and then Winger, and Abed, and this Diglett killed Jess before joining the team as Troy. It was an unnecessary death and just proof that I was getting too comfortable in Gen 1. Chat wanted to fight again. These two battles are really close in the Kanto games. Barney took down Pidgeotto much easier this time. I didn't want to risk him to Hyperfang, so I switched to Newman, who almost died, but did enough to make way for Kimmy to take Raticate out. I had no business staying in, but I was cocky and Kadabra missed every move it made, so Kimmy got out alive. Jonah put Ivysaur to sleep once more and then knocked it out. I played this fight really poorly, but sometimes, occasionally, the RNG gods smile down on you. Kimmy immediately died right after that. That smiling is an occasional thing. Troy dug 3 holes and buried Surge's team in them. 3 badges down. I know I used this strategy in red and green, but if it ain't broke, you know. Our team was growing, so we added a regional manager, Michael Scott. And then something awesome happened.
Okay, we're almost ready to go into this tunnel.
Hello there.
General Kenobi! Megatronic 30. Oh my god, I just made such a mess! Megatronic 31, we hit 1,000 followers! Oh my god, you guys, there's so much shredded paper everywhere. You guys, we actually did it. We hit 1,000 followers.
This was a huge moment for the channel, and I just want to say a very special thank you to those first 1,000 of you that followed, and to everyone who's followed since. This happened like months ago, but this clip still brings me so much joy. I finally knew Rock Tunnel enough to pass through unscathed, and we added Lily, the Vulpix, and Rachel, the Eevee, before Erica. With our burbs buried somewhere in Cerulean, this was going to be an interesting one. Butterfree managed to get a couple confusions in on Victory Bell before it used Wrap, but then we had to switch. Wrap in Gen 1 is a pain in the ass, because similar to Freeze from the Pokemon Red run, you cannot attack on the turns that you are wrapped. However, unlike the Freeze, you can switch out. I switched to Lily, who immediately got wrapped, and then Rachel, who I evolved into a Flareon, who also immediately got wrapped. I was worried this would go on forever until Newman showed off his immunity to Poison Powder and got a cut in to take out the first Mon. Tangela came out, and neither Mon could do too much damage, so we stayed in and grinded this one down. Finally, Vileplume was out, but Newman was faster and got that Sleep Powder in, so Abed, now a Hypno, could wipe it out from there. There's half the badges done. Giovanni almost managed to take out a Pokemon for once. Newman had wiped out Onix and Rhyhorn, but the Kangaskhan was a bit much for him, so Dugtrio finished it off. You'd think Bossman would recognize his own tactics. Michael Scott pulled a similar move on chat, but this time it was Abed who came out for the one-shot on the final Pokemon. We killed Ghastly, but caught Kevin the Snorlax, and then... The next footage I have is of the Koga fight. I don't know what happened in between. I don't have anything from Silphco. I forgot to press record again. It's my bad. There are some important things, though, that happened in this chunk that we know happened in this chunk. We just don't know when they happened in this chunk. Caught Joey, the Rhyhorn, in Safari Zone, our first successful Safari Zone encounter of the entire NerdyLocke. We caught Michelle the Doduo on Route 18, and we took Monica the Lapras in Silphco Tower. That's the good news. The bad news was we did lose our Weeping Bell Newman at some point. We don't know how, which makes me feel like I'm a very, callous human that I can't remember. But so many Pokemon have died in the NerdyLocke, y'all. It's a lot. I tried to switch things up on Koga this time by not starting Doug Trio, and instead went with our new ride-on, Joey. But Joey is slower than a Doug Trio, so this coffin got a smokescreen off, which was a pain in the butt because we missed multiple earthquakes and just took too much damage. So we switched to Doug Trio and he finished it off, this time digging under the self-destruct. It finally happened. It took 3 games, but we finally dug under the dang self-destruct. It felt so good. It felt so good in my bones. I was like, yes, the plan worked. Boom, bada bing. Next up was Sabrina, and so we sent out Troy, the Doug Trio, to just try and outspeed everything. And we've never had a Doug Trio at this point in the game, and boy howdy, does he do a good job against the first 3 of these mons. We got to Alakazam though, and I decided to switch in my Hypno, and just watch this.
Hope for a second. They use recover? Dope, now hypnosis. Why is it recovering? What's up, Fred? Yo, can I get a shout out for Ken, Fred, Nudo, the absolute best restaurant owner on all of Twitch. Hypnosis again, they use recover, that's fine. What's up, Fred? How you doing, friends? Dang it. We'll use hypnosis. Why is it using recover? I'm so confused. Thank you, Metals. And, Rebel, you almost got that, Rebel. Dang it, it woke up right away again. Oh, crit. Dang it, it's gonna keep using recover. Why is it still using recover? I don't understand. Does it use recover here? It does. It just uses recover over and over again. Yo, what's happening? Why is it attacking me? Is it trying to PP stall me? What is happening? Fred, how are you doing? Have you finished Inner Castle, Fred? For those of you who don't know, Ken Nudo is a pretty incredible Lego streamer, and unfortunately he's on the West Coast. He's a West Coast boy, and so a lot of the streamers are too late for my old butt, and I can't stay on. I feel bad, because honestly, if you're not playing Fred, if you guys want like a really chill late night stream, Ken Nudo is like the perfect chill late night stream. If you're up in his hours. It's a place I wish I was more, but I am. I'm waiting for a crit. There it is. It's gonna recover this, so it doesn't matter. Here's the thing, I don't want to switch, because I think if I switch, I lose them on. I'm pretty sure if I switch, I lose, right? Something. I obviously, oh my god, wait. I have no headbutt left. Well, this is dumb. You're being flying a lighting kit to Vader's Castle? That's so cool, man. Yeah, I highly recommend, if you're looking for a good time on Twitch, I highly recommend follow over at the Cantonino House. Anything else in your life?
That is 6 badges down, and the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen. I didn't record something again, and so we don't actually have the Blaine fight, but nothing important really happened here. What we do know is we got to Giovanni, where something crazy happened that I didn't know was possible, so that was fun. We started our ride on Joey to earthquake his Rhyhorn. In came the Doug Trio, which used Dig to dodge our Surf. Gen 1 AI is a mess, but when I switched in Michelle the Dodrio, Diglett was mid-dig, and instead of attacking, having the second turn of the dig happen, Giovanni used a guard spec while it was underground? And I didn't know that this was possible. It kind of blew my mind. I was very confused by it. Michelle just flew down when it did eventually come up and killed it. We switched in Joey to kill the Nidoqueen, the Nidoking with Earthquakes, and then finally the Rhydon with a Surf. But like, what was that? Since when can you use items while your Pokemon's underground? That's not fair. Delay the dig. Gen 1 is busted. I'm so excited to get out of it. Our final duel with chat started strong. Michael Scott took out Pidgeotto, switched to Monica to take out Rhyhorn, back to Scott to take out Gyarados, then back to Monica to take out Growlithe. Zam came out, so I switched to Joey. Abed put him to sleep, and a couple of headbutts took him out. A Psychic finished off Venusaur. With no losses in the late game, we were at the Elite Four with this team. Michael Scott, Monica, Michelle, Joey,
Troy and Abed in the morning.
Cool. Lorelei was first. Michael Scott one-shot everything except Jinx. She took 2. Lapras fell and the first member was down. Bruno was second. Abed's Psychic one-shot everything, including the Onyxes. 2 down. Agatha is usually the hardest fight because of her shenanigans, but our Doug Trio had never survived to this fight before. Troy Earthquaked the Gengar, slid some rocks onto Golbat and finished it with a slash, dug through the Haunter, then the Arbok, and dropped another Earthquake on the second Gengar to make it an Elite 1. Doug Trio's speed and physical attack make it a monstrous mon in Gen 1. Lance shot us that cocky smirk and I was ready to wipe it off his face. Michael Scott O-code Gyarados, and we switched to Monica for the classic Ice Beam, Ice Beam, Ice Beam, Ice Beam! If it ain't broke. Chat was waiting and wanted to fight. We still hadn't used Joey in the Elite Four or Michelle for much of anything. I would have started Michael Scott against the Pidgeot, but I threw out Joey so he didn't feel left out. His special ain't great, so it took 2 Ice Beams to take down Pidgeot, but Zam fell to 1 Earthquake and Rhydon to a single Surf. Gyarados came out, and so Michael Scott was up for a one-shot, Arcanine came out, so Monica was up for a one-shot, and finally, Venusaur stepped onto the field. Michelle finally got her moment to shine in this run, using a single move in the entire Elite Four to drill peck Venusaur and take out the final mon of the game. I really thought there was no way this would be the run after losing our starter so early. That poor Squirtle. But we stood in the Hall of Champions, victorious yet again. It was definitely the weirdest run of the 3, but it was done, and Pokemon Yellow was calling. The end of Gen 1 was within our view. This one was so much fun. I really have loved playing through Gen 1, and I'm so excited to show you what happened in Pokemon Yellow next Sunday. If you missed the Pokemon Red and the Pokemon Green videos, those are available in the description down below. And if you go to the channel, there are a bunch of other videos of me playing Pokemon, some future wipes that you don't want to miss out on, and you can subscribe to that channel. We're so close to that 100 subscriber threshold, so come join us here. Let's have some fun, and let's Nuzlocke all of the Pokemon games, because this is the NerdyLocke. Thanks for watching. Do something nerdy tonight. Bye-bye.